Okay, going over lying. Why do people lie? You have to simplify it. You have to learn math. That is the number one thing you have to learn. You have to simplify in life, or else life, like a math expression, will be too big to understand. It will be too big and too scary. You have to learn to simplify so that you won't get scared of big concepts. So math is a necessity for problem solving and just basic um, like cognitive skills, problem solving. Math is very basic. Kids need to learn math. They have to. Um, I think it should be math first, honestly. I think it should be math, um, and then language, and then art. Art is the hardest. You don't want to start there. You don't want to start at language either. You want to start at math. Of course, they need language to understand math, so you might have to do it together. But once they learn language, you want to elevate math because they need to learn how to problem solve. They're not good at it, which is because you haven't learned the skills. It's not because you're dumb. It's just because you haven't learned the skills. So we need to really push math as the most important basic problem solving that you need. It has to go all the way up to calculus and physics. It has to. Um, so based on that, based on what I just said, why do kids lie? Very simple. Based on what I just said, what do you think? They're ashamed, right? You only lie when you're ashamed. Um, you're ashamed that you never learned it. One time, Allison asked, how come you're not getting your homework done? It's because I was working on my social skills. I was learning how to make friends. That's what's on my mind. So I lied to her and said, it's because I have too many friends. And she's like, okay, you have too many friends? Okay. Um, the lying's not the problem, right? It's just like, that's what's on my mind. I'm trying to work on my social skills. I'm not good at it. So my grades dropped. It was something that's more important than grades. Me and grades, I don't, we had a history, me and grades. Learning is easy for me, so I dropped that on a dime. I learned more hard stuff, like social skills. Social skills is very hard to learn. As you can see, for millions of years, people have not gotten it down yet. Very hard to learn. So I've been trying to learn it throughout my youth, and I've been trying to learn it throughout high school, my teen years, and I was trying to learn about it in college. It's very hard. It's not like, oh, where's the party at? It's not like that. When when you are that flamboyant, being around other teenagers, man, it's rough. It's rough. So learning social skills was my number one priority. Like I said with math, math is that number one priority. Easy for me. I know how to simplify. I know how to. I've been doing long division since I was like 5. I know how to simplify things. I even taught kids how to do long division and simplify fractions when I was like 5 or 6 years old. It was nothing. So my number one priority was social skills. I had to learn it. So my grades dropped. All right. I don't care about my grades. I get along with my professors. I can make up tasks. I'm well spoken. But I don't know how to talk to teenagers. Understand? I know how to talk to adults. I get whatever I want. I talk to Dan Castro. I'm like, Dan, I'm only doing one painting and you're going to accept it. He's like, all right. But I don't know how to talk to little teenagers. Where's the party at? How do we hang out? How do we be friends? I don't know how to talk to them. Talking with adults is very easy for me. I've been talking to adults. I get my way every time talking to adults. I've been doing it my whole life. Easy. Teenagers are weird. I don't know how to talk to them. They lie. They pretend to be cool when I know they're not. I don't know how to get the truth out of them. Tell me the truth. You're not that cool. Alex, all the Greek life. I know you're not cool. I'm around you all the time. What's in the movies is not real. You're not that cool. I've been to the parties. You don't do that. You're not that outgoing. All you do at a party is stand against the wall. Alex has done it. All of you have done it. I know what goes on in the party. You're not that cool. So why do you lie? Why do you lie that you're cool? Why? Adults don't lie. I can ask adults, are you cool? They'll be like, no, I'm not cool. But teenagers lie. So I don't know how to talk to them. Just like adults don't know how to talk to teenagers, me as well. So I go undercover. Be one of them. Right? Let's see what it's like to lie like them. What goes on? What's the feeling? So I do it. Allison asked me, why are your grades dropping? I'm like, this is a great opportunity to lie to an adult. Me and Allison, an adult. I know how to talk to her. So I'm like, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try lying to her. Because I feel comfortable around her. To experiment on her. So I'm like, I'm going to lie. And see how I feel. And it feels like crap. I'm nervous. I'm panicking. I'm like, what if she asked me and I continue to lie? I didn't like it. So that was the last time I lied to an adult. Refuse to do it ever again. That's me. Why other kids continue to lie? Because math. I use lying as a tool. They use it to survive. So they don't realize what they're doing. Yeah, so what I'm realizing is they don't have the math skills to stop themselves from lying. Lying is a problem and they don't know how to solve it. So they just don't have the math skills, is my conclusion. Is they're all bad at math and they're lying about it. A lot of time teenagers, they just don't have the basic skills that other teenagers have, which is academics. It's always about academics. Always. Humans is all about academics. So when they don't have the academic skills, social skills being one of them, especially math, because math correlates to social skills. Meaning, if this person rejects you, how do you respond? Problem solving. So if you don't have strong math skills, you tend to lie about it. Teenagers, they'll lie consistently, and it's based on academics. They have poor academic skills. You see people who are strong in math, they're relatively honest. Teenagers, they're relatively honest. Blunt, even. They don't lie. They're more searching for problems to solve. People with high math skills, they always search for problems to solve. They're always honest. They're always blunt. Like my younger brother Tien, I think he was strong in math, and he studied computer science. That's an area of math. It was engineering too, but engineering is math too. And he's blunt. Like, he tells you what he doesn't like. He doesn't lie. Yeah, he's just very sharp. But he has other academic areas that aren't strong. So he's searching for problems to solve. So he's big into philosophy. My brother Huang is strong in math as well. And he's always solving problems. Like, even if there's no problem to solve, he's solving it. Right? And he doesn't lie. Very blunt. Doesn't lie. So a lot of times the kids who do lie are very poor in math. I have strong math skills. I'm not as fast as my brother or my younger brother, but it's pretty strong. It just gets the basic. It's just learn to simplify your problems. Problems seem big. It seems big. You want to simplify it, and then it's not as big. Yeah, that's the basic of lying. You only lie about your academics because you feel like you're behind. That's it. That's the only time kids lie. Every other time they're playing, they're not lying. They're not. It's always about shame. Lying is always about shame, and the shame is usually not what you did. It's more that you didn't study. Right? Lying 100% of the time, it's always about academics. Because the brain is all about education. It's all about learning, because through education, you better your life. Through education. So if you didn't take education seriously and you're making mistakes, what do you blame? Your lack of education. And you're ashamed about it. You're ashamed that you didn't study hard enough. With me, the reason why I was never ashamed or anything is I took my academics very seriously. I didn't take school seriously, but I took my academics seriously. I pretty much learned everything I need to learn by second grade. So I was doing my own research. And it was all about social skills. Like, I talk with adults very easily. Adults love me. Adults love me. I don't know how to talk to my own peers, my own age group. Talking to them is like talking to a dog. It's like I'm pulling teeth to get them to be honest. Just, who are you? Right? If I'm your friend, who are you? Like, it's that simple. And they just don't have the academics to solve that question, is what I'm finding. They don't have enough academics to solve that question. If I ask Alex, let's say Alex, he's strong in school, went to pharmacy. If I ask him who he is, he's like, I take school seriously, but I party. Right? That's who he is. That's okay for now. You take your academics seriously and you party. That's enough. But if I ask other kids, like, who are you? I don't know. What do you want to hear? What do you mean, what do I want to hear? No, who are you? It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what I want to hear. Who are you? It's like the color white is white. It doesn't matter what I think about it. It's always going to be white. So who are you? They don't have the academics, the problem solving to simplify that question. They don't have the mathematics to simplify that question. So a lot of kids who take academics seriously, they can simplify it. Like, I take my academics seriously and I party. Simple. That's good, right? Anything else, that's just you growing. That's what you want to get to. Me, if someone asks me, I'm a fine artist. I study studio art. And I like questions about life. Right? Because I'm very bright. People like, define genius. It's undefinable. Right? I simplified it. That's what I define it to. I'm a fine artist. I studied. I'm not self-taught. I studied studio art. And I like questions about life. Big questions about life. That's what geniuses do. They love those big questions. The Buddha, life is meaningless. That's a big question. How do you know that? It's because you like thinking about it. So that's simplifying genius. It's no longer this mystery of, oh, we can never define genius. Simplify. Learn to simplify big abstract expressions. Simplify it. To something you understand. Being a genius is like being a refrigerator. Something like that. Simplify it to something you understand. Always, always simplify it to something you understand. Yeah, and still the question of people, yeah, lying is just that. It's always on academics. It's nothing more than that. You feel ashamed because you're not up to speed with your peers and classmates. That's all. And it's always a feeling of shame. You lie out of shame. So with Allison, I lied because I should be social by now. Right? My sophomore year, I should be. Right? That was my mindset. It's like, I'm so behind. Right? I didn't have freshman years to know everyone in my dorm. I came in late. Right? It was sophomore year, which is my freshman year. So I felt ashamed that I was behind. It didn't last long. It was just an experiment. I know that your own experiment experience is more important than what should be. I don't follow what should be. I follow my own experience. I just want to see why teenagers lie. It's because they feel ashamed, right? My sophomore year, I don't have any friends. I feel ashamed about it. I should be caught up by now. I eventually started having friends, and it didn't bother me. I had like small group of friends, and um, I didn't really care for like a big group because they're losers. So is Alex. He's a loser too. Um, he smoked and drank all the time. He wasn't a good friend. He was just lame. Um, because that's his identifier, right? That's his. I'm cool because I smoke and drink. Losers, losers, and I knew. I let him do his thing. Um, what is cool to me? What's cool to me is knowing who you are. Um, you don't need this thing to be cool. So Alex needed alcohol, right? He needed to smoke. He needed to be known as a partier to be cool. I don't like that. Um, like I need to be known as a genius. I need a Gucci belt, right? I need money. Um, with me, what's cool is just who you are. Just knowing who you are. I make mistakes. I'm a goofball. Um, I say things I don't mean. Just knowing who you are. That's cool. Like I like being around people like that. Um, so I don't know. I'm not big on like this mistake will identify me forever. No one cares. Just like no one cares about alcohol or parties. No one cares. Um, the biggest simplification is nobody cares about everything. Um, really, your life is not important. People walk around like, oh, my mistakes, my mistakes. And people walk by you like, we don't care. Do not care. Simplify. Do not care. Um, yeah. So that's lying and why teenagers tend to lie. It's based on academics. They feel ashamed that they didn't take their academics seriously. And I felt ashamed that I didn't take social skills seriously. Right? Um, I got really cocky during my grade school years. I'm like, heck, they're smart. By second grade, I stopped listening. I didn't take social skills seriously. I should have, okay, from there, go to social skills or start making friends and hanging out and things like that. But based on my religion, I wasn't allowed to have friends and my culture. My mom said friends are bad. You need to focus on your education. So I was taught that friends are bad. Friends are bad. Don't make friends. Do not make friends. They're bad for you. So I didn't make friends. By college, I realized my mom was wrong. You're supposed to make friends and learn social skills. So they were wrong. It's based on the religion, right? Christianity is like, don't be friends with bad people. They're the devil. So my mom interpret that as, don't make friends ever. Don't ever make friends. They're bad for you. And I live under that roof. Don't make friends. They're bad. Don't learn social skills. They're bad. So that was in my head. I didn't follow it. Of course, I had friends. And I started sneaking out during middle school to hang out with my friends to break dance. So I was already breaking the rules. But I thought about it. I'm like, why are you following these rules when they don't make sense? My parents. And by college, I'm like, they are very wrong. My parents are very wrong. So I stopped listening. Do not listen to my parents anymore. Not all the time. Just like when they're going off their religious rants, I just stop listening because I know it's not real. Based on human experience, I know it's not real. They're delusional. So that's why I didn't have friends, is because I was taught not to. I was taught not to have friends. That's why I didn't develop my social skills until very late. I had to do it all myself. I had to learn it all by myself. And, what you went through during your teen years, I went through my college years. Figuring out, how do I be cool? How do I not come off creepy? I made a lot of mistakes. Or not mistakes, man. I mean, my peers love it when I do stuff. Crazy stuff, but it's pretty crazy. It's childish, even. But I mellow out. It's just me experimenting. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't have that many friends, is because I was taught not to, based on religion. My culture, my Vietnamese culture, nah, they didn't teach that. It was the religion. The religion said, people are bad. They're naturally bad. Yeah. So I followed that, and then by my college years, I'm like, you're so wrong, Mom. You're so wrong, Daddy. So wrong. I was like that. It's like, oh my gosh, how could you be so wrong and so old at the same time? How did you not grow out of it? Yeah, a lot of people are. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know it's wrong. My mom has friends. You know it's wrong, but you still do it. Academics. Alright? So they don't have the academics to solve that problem. So math. Very important. Above language, above arts, above all of it. Math up to physics. Very important. That's pretty much it.